Good morning, dear students. Children, as you know that we are dealing with our chapter number 13, Motion and Time. Today we are going to see about the measurement of time. Let us see the content of chapter. Children, in the last lecture we have learnt about simple pendulum and units of measurement. ठीक है? Today we will learn about the measuring of speed. So children, you know that we have learned that you can calculate the speed of the object by calculating the distance covered by that. There is an activity given to you. Draw a straight line on the ground with chalk, powder or lime and ask one of your friends to stand 1 to 2 meters away from it. Let your friend gently roll a ball along the ground in a direction perpendicular to the line. Note the time at the moment ball crosses the line and also when it comes to rest. How much time does the ball take to come to rest? Now you see, the smallest time interval that can be measured with common clock. Okay, these are helping us to calculate the different kinds of clock. But timing. But by this activity you can say that by doing this, if you measure the distance between the point at which the ball crosses the line and the point where it comes to rest, you can use a scale or a measuring tape, okay? And after repeating activity, you should record the time required, okay, by the ball to reach to that place. So the case in which the time required will be less, you will say it will have the more speed. Let us understand about the measurement of speed with the help of a video, and we will also revise about simple pendulum and units of measurement. So children, first you will learn about what is the meaning of simple pendulum that we have already seen. Let us watch this video to understand the meaning of simple pendulum.
Pendulum. A simple pendulum is basically an object such as small metallic ball tied to a thread of 1 meter length and suspended freely from a non-moving stand. The metallic ball is called bob of the pendulum. When the bob is taken to one side and released, it starts moving to and fro. During motion, there are two positions where the bob stops and changes its direction. These positions are called extreme positions of the pendulum. Let's denote them by A and B. There is a moderate position between the two extreme positions. It is called the mean position of the pendulum. Let's denote it by O. When the bob is at rest, it is at its mean position, that is O. The motion of bob, that is the motion of simple pendulum, repeats itself after certain time. Such motion is said to be periodic or oscillatory motion. The bob completes one oscillation when it moves from mean position, goes to one of the extreme position and then to the other extreme position and returns to the mean position again. The time taken by the bob to complete one oscillation is called the time period of the pendulum. We measure the time period by measuring the time required to complete an oscillation from the extreme position. It is difficult to measure the time period in one go. Here is a method to measure the time period of the pendulum. Mark the mean position of the bob on the floor. Switch off the fans. Take a clock to measure time, preferably a stopwatch. Keeping the string taut, bring the bob to one side. Now release the bob and at the same time start the stopwatch. Go on counting the oscillations. Stop the stopwatch as soon as the pendulum completes the 20th oscillation. Make a table and enter the time taken to complete 20 oscillations. Take few readings performing similar activity and note down all the readings. For each reading, calculate the time period of the pendulum by dividing time by number of oscillations, that is 20. Is the time period nearly same in all cases? Yes, you will find that the time period is same in all the cases. A simple pendulum repeats its motion after fixed time period. We can take it as reference to measure time. In fact, we can use any periodic motion to measure time. Clock that we use to measure time is also based on periodic motion of its hands. Here we complete this topic. Thanks for watching this video.
So kids, just now we have computed about what is pendulum. I hope now it is clear about the oscillation and the motion of pendulum to you from this particular video. Let us also see about, and you have also understood how to take out the time period of a particular object. So you can complete this activity now by using that formula of time period. Okay. Now do it. Let us have another video to understand what are the units of time, and we will understand our next topic of measuring speed. Watch this video, children.
Let us conduct a small measuring speed. Let us conduct a small activity to measure the speed of an object. We are now going to measure the speed of a ball. Draw a straight line with the help of a chalk. Stand about 1 or 2 meters away from the line and roll the ball on the ground such that it rolls perpendicular to the line drawn. Record the time at the moment when the ball touches the line and also when it comes to rest. The distance between the point where the ball crossed the line and the point where it came to rest has to be measured. Let different people repeat the same activity and record all the measurements. Calculate the speed in each case. We can now compare the speed of various activities like walking or cycling with our friends. The speed of different animals can also be measured. It is interesting to know that the satellites launched into the Earth's orbit by rockets obtain a speed of 8 kilometers per second, while a tortoise can move only at a speed of 8 centimeters per second. Once we have a speed of an object, we can find the distance moved in a given time by using the formula distance is equal to speed into time. We can also find out the time that a particular object would take to cover a given distance at a certain speed by using the formula time taken is equal to distance by speed. One must have observed a meter fixed on vehicles to measure the speed. Such a device is known as speedometer. There is also another device called the odometer which measures the distance moved by the vehicle.
I hope you understood from these videos that how can we calculate the speed. We will learn about it more from our text in our next video. Till that time, take care of yourself and perform that activity of pendulum. Thank you everyone.